Hi, this is Marcella Dominguez. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. So I do want to remind you that you selected the discounted option, so the call can be recorded for marketing and advertising purposes. So how can I help you?
No problem. I don't know, did you get the email sent about the situation I'm in? My history of using my trade name going back to the early 90s and to some extent the 80s, and how that gradually got taken away from me by a pastor, and my desire now to apply for trademark protection using my name, not DJ. I only really emphasized that when he started taking away so much of my search engine attention, that I had the only way anyone could even find the music I was making was to use that. And even with that, even using that, I showed this in one of my attachments, they started placing ads for their Christian stuff. So they wouldn't even let me get away with using DJ just after me. So anyways, what I want to do is I want to get the trademark. That's step one. And then step two, with your help, is contact the search engines and tell them they need to straighten this out. If there's a step three, then prepare for any counteraction, which I doubt it, but you never know.
And is your legal name?
Well, my birth name is the easy in the honor. But when I started doing stuff on the radio in the early 90s, it just seems easier. It makes sense to use, you know.
Right. And all these images that you sent me, is that you or is that the person that's claiming to use your name?
Send you some screenshots of how they are going about taking away my attention. I even have seen his wife say, my pastor is a superstar pastor. And I don't know if you ever heard, but it's kind of obvious there when she said that. I sent you IMDb, the movie database. I sent you a screenshot of me appearing on, and it's all under, not DJ, it's not. And I've been doing that since the 90s. And I never would have thought a pastor, because you don't think a pastor would do something as unethical as this. I mean, I just blown away at the aggression. It's almost like he hates me. You know?
What is his name?
His legal name is. So he has the same name as me. And I sent you a screenshot of him using in the church. And I guess he originally was using, and for some reason some light went off in his head, and he went, well, I'll just use. And then when he noticed I owned .com, he went and got .org, and he used his contacts. I don't know if it's his publisher. I really don't know who he's using to get all this search engine strength, but he just totally wiped me off of Google. I went from 30 pages on Google to you have to dig like 10 pages just to find one entry.
You say here that you want to do the DIY option, is that right?
Yeah, I have to watch my budget. So that's the least expensive option. But unless I don't know, maybe you know better. You're an expert.
I mean, in my opinion, going through the DIY option is fine if you think that you're going to be able to understand the questions, which in my opinion are not very complicated. I mean, they're direct questions, and so you should have the answer to those questions, like when did you start using this name? What name is it that you're trying to register? Do you have proof of how you are using the name? Those sorts of questions. So if you think you're going to need help with that process, or you don't really want to deal with specifically answering those types of questions and you need guidance, then I would not suggest the DIY option. So DIY option is for people who are pretty confident and really don't need my assistance at all. So I think that with that being said, it's just totally up to you. I don't know where you stand in terms of how much assistance or guidance you think you need.
I might be able to do it because I don't know if you know my background. I have a master's degree in political science, so I might be able to do it.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Okay, well, I think that that's the first place for you to start then, if what you want to do is register first. And then if I have any questions based on the information you've provided, or if anything seems inconsistent, just know that you will receive an email that says you want to set up a consultation to correct these issues that could potentially pose a risk to registration. Then you would have to set up a consult. But if not, then we'll just go ahead and register based on, the information that you provide. Those are the two major differences compared to one of the packages that you could choose, is that, we kind of make sure that there are no loose screws, that the specimen matches exactly what it is that we're registering. So again, it's up to you. You know, if you think you can do it on your own, then go ahead and go to trademarkanything.com. And then if you decide you do not want to do that, then you can, you know, email me or call me or whatever and let me know that you prefer one of the packages.
Okay, and after I do it, let's say I do it and I get the trademark, how can you help me with, can you send them notification that they need to fix this problem? Because honestly, you can't find my music. I mean, I'm disabled. That's all I have is music. That's it.
Well, I mean, first of all, I would need to see what kind of proof and specimen you're providing in the DIY registration. So I think it's all going to boil down to the information that you provide there. And since I haven't seen everything completely as I need to see it in the format that I need to see it, you know, I'm unable to say what kind of chances this has for protection after the fact. So, for example, some of the images that I'm looking at right now, you know, if I'm being completely honest here, like, that doesn't tell me a single thing. And then right here, Amazon Original, an actor. I mean, is this you or is this him?
No, he doesn't do any acting. No, you're getting. He's controlled the search to where it's hard to believe that he hasn't done that. He's conflated my name with him so much that's probably why YouTube and all these other sites show religious stuff when people search for my name, and they shouldn't.
So what I'm asking is, this is you then? Actor. This is
you? Yes.
Okay. And then this is you?
No, anything religious is him. I am not a Christian. I'm not. I am.
Okay. Now I figure. Okay.
I'm agnostic and part Jewish. I don't want to have any. Or I don't want to be associated with, you know, Christians to the point that I might be turning off Muslim, Jewish, agnostic, atheist fans, or whatever. I don't want to, because I don't know how this has affected me.
And then this. What is this?
That's his new book that he is pushing hard, and he's got publishers. His publisher seems to be really good.
And DJ is you?
Is me, and I had to use that because he took away so much attention from me. I had to go to that, but I don't want to use that because I am also an actor, and I also master's in political science, and I want to write some politics books, and no one's going to respect that if it's got the word DJ in front. Okay,
well, here's the thing is, then you're basically, it begs the question, are you able to protect your name as DJ? And so do you have a website? Do you have anything that directly shows the history of who you are?
.com, which I registered 5 years before he registered .org.
Okay.
And it's always been no DJ. It's always been. Okay.
And you did start this page when?
When I signed up with SpinUp, which is over a year ago. But I mean, before that, I had .com. It was hosted differently, and I have screenshots, or I could show that if I needed to show that. But I've always had a .com website.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We can try and register your name, and basically we're really going to be holding on to this website that you provided here, but you're using it as DJ on this page. So if you want to register DJ, that would be one question that you would have to, decide. I'm not saying that it's going to automatically go through, because registering a person's name is really difficult unless you're, a celebrity, or, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it can be difficult. So, I think we would have to, you're right, we would have to get past this hurdle first of registering your name. And then after that, sending a cease and desist to the pastor and see if he will stop using it. So I do agree that those are the first two steps that have to be followed.
His sister's a lawyer, that's why, and his dad was a banker and passed away, so he might have a lot of money. So he's got that. He's got a huge network of Christians that he taps into. His publisher seems to be very popular with search engines, so it's not going to be an easy battle with this guy.
Okay. That's fine. If you understand that and you know that, then that's fine. You have to make a decision knowing what you know. And obviously, billing you for a cease and desist letter is going to be separate and apart from the trademark registration. So it's kind of going to come in two steps, two separate processes.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. So let me know what you decide. If you want to go through the DIY option, obviously you don't need to let me know anything, because you just go on there and do it yourself, and I'll receive virtual notification. So I think that's it for right now.
Okay. Thanks, Marcella.
All right, no problem. You have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.